Okay, I want to do a quick explanation of how you might use the Quizlet to review some of the flashcards. And one of the things I'm going to have some people do, depending on where their grade is I'm going to have them come in and take a very short vocabulary quiz where I give them like 20 words, and they have to either draw a picture or come up with a definition, which I will be somewhat lenient about, but they've got to actually reasonably describe and/or draw the vocabulary word. Most of these words we've been using a lot, and some of them you might know already. Here's one of the 4 links that I'm putting out there, and this is the way I would suggest to use it. Is first of all, scroll down through the list and see if there's any that you don't know. If there's one or two you don't know, I would just write it down and maybe write down the definition and the draw the picture. These definitions are not perfect definitions. They're ones I largely made up, but I've been doing this for a long time, so my definitions are probably fairly good. But if you know most of these, I would just like I said, write down a few of them. If you don't know a lot of them, I would actually suggest using the flashcards, which is just you look at the thing, and then if you click on it or hit space, it'll flip it over and flip it back, and then you can use the arrow to go to the next one. And so that's that. There's some other options over here for learn and write and spell, but I think just using the flashcards and kind of testing yourself is probably the best way to do it. Um, so once again, there's a list. I'm going to kind of scroll through it for this one so you can preview. This is list 1 that I'm putting out there. And if you see one that you need to stop and look at, you can. And then I'm going to spend about another minute or so looking through the other lists. So let me go back to my home page, and let's see. So I'm doing list 1, which is called week 1. I'm doing 2. I'm skipping over 3. I made a list in the middle that was too long, and then I kind of broke it into multiple lists. So we got hypotenuse, leg, circumference, radius, diameter, bisect, midpoint, collinear, coplanar, degree, distance, linear pair, corresponding angles, pi, line, ray, segment, plane, undefined term, vertex, coordinate, base, height, Pythagorean theorem,
Used to find the midpoint
formula,
coordinate of a segment when graphed
midpoint,
on an XY plane.
I don't know what just happened there, and point. Okay, then I'm going to go back to my, and all these links should be at the bottom of the page or where I listed them. Let's see, we just did 2, we're going to skip over 3, we're going to go to 4. So we got segment and ray, we have intersection and corresponding angles, we have angle and parallel. Notice some of these are coming up multiple times. Perpendicular and congruent angle. That's a pretty long definition. Congruent segment and congruent shape. Segment bisector and angle bisector. Perpendicular bisector. Midpoint, radius, arc. Vertex, bisect, construct. Sketch, endpoint, symmetry. Right there, that's the whole thing for symmetry. Rotation, reflection, translation, and then we're at the end. Okay, let me go back to my beginning point, and I think we got one more, and then I might go back through the first list again. Where's 5? Because I liked me pausing on each one in case you wanted to just look at them. There's chord, secant, and vertex, tangent, center, and diameter, radius, inscribed angle, central angle, and am I running out of juice? Maybe. Interior, exterior, and pi, circumference, area of circle and arc, major arc, minor arc, and sector. And I think I'm going to run out of juice, so I'm going to stop it there.